On the night of her 15th birthday, our protagonist, Ilara, stood at the edge of the old cemetery, the shadows of storm clouds swirling ominously above her. She fiddled with the silver locket that had been passed down through generations, a family heirloom she had never understood. The air felt heavy and damp, filled with a distant crackle of thunder. As the first raindrops began to fall, she recalled her mother's warning, whispered in a voice that trembled like the dry leaves underfoot. Every firstborn in our family sees the same nightmare. With each birthday, Ilara grew more anxious, not only for her own sake, but for the sake of the lineage that loomed behind her. She remembered how her older brother Alistair had spent nights awake, recounting his terrifying dream, the same one that had haunted their mother and her mother before that, every generation digging deeper into the fabric of their family's history. Thunder rumbled again, more forcefully this time, as Ilara recalled the details shared amidst hushed voices. Shadowy figures, a chilling voice that echoed with a primal anger, and the somber landscape of twisted roots and gravestones. Each tale gathered weight with dread, wrapping her in an urgency that brushed against the edges of madness. And yet, curiosity gnawed at her. What horrors had they witnessed that kept them tethered to their beds, unable to wake? That night, as she lay in her dimly lit room, rain began to tap rhythmically against her window, each drop echoing a heartbeat. As the clock struck midnight, her breathing grew shallow, and she could feel the familiar tug of the dream beckoning from the shadows. Suddenly, a sharp chill swept through the air, and the lights flickered, dimming before snapping out altogether. The enveloping darkness felt alive, whispering promises of things yet unseen. Ilara's heart raced as a dry whisper ghosted through her room, echoing her own name, Ilara. It was her mother's voice, yet it carried an eerie timbre, deeper and angrier. Dread filled her chest as she lay still, feeling the weight of a hidden presence just beyond her vision, heart pounding in silence. Then the dream unfolded before her, a dank forest, black branches curling like claws against the moonlit sky, with an emptiness that felt menacing. In that forest, a familiar figure stood, a silhouette of her brother Alistair, eyes wide with terror. He raised a trembling finger towards something lurking behind her, a swelling darkness seeping into the edges of her vision. The chill intensified, and the whisper shifted, morphing into a deep guttural growl. "Wake up. End this." As the figures of her family surrounded her in the dream, their faces worked and twisted, a single thought pierced through the cacophony: she must remember this moment. Suddenly, Ilara jolted awake as sunlight streamed through her window, warmth flooding her senses. Reality crashed around her in an overwhelming wave of scent, wood smoke and damp earth mingling. She sat up, hands shaking, but clarity returned with a fierce determination. She bolted to the attic, where her mother had buried the family journals. Dust motes danced in the golden light as she rifled through the old pages, discovering the stories of their nights filled with terror and dread. However, nestled among her ancestors' accounts was a document detailing how to break the curse, a ritual lost to time. With each word, she felt the bond of generations tightening, linking her to the past while giving her the power to fight against it. She gathered the necessary items, feeling a sense of resolve growing stronger than the fear that had haunted her lineage. Outside, the storm clouds above began to part, revealing a glimmer of blue. Ilara stepped outside, holding the locket tightly to her chest, ready to reclaim her freedom from the weight of inherited nightmares. The air felt fresh, as if the world had breathed anew, embracing her fear and courage alike. Out there, beneath the fading clouds, she was ready to reclaim her own story, one untainted by lineage, free from the grip of a family curse.